hearing here from the Brahma-saṁhitā that actually in spiritual world, in spiritual sky, there are planets. There are different planets, eternal planets, looking beautiful. Here is described Sahasra Patra Kamalam. The planet looks like a lotus. And there are people inside, spiritual beings in spiritual bodies, just like Krishna had, Sachitananda body. And they perform loving pastimes. So, Eko Devo Nitya Lila Anurakto. This is the activity of God. He enjoys with his devotees in his spiritual abode. So, the valuable information is given from the Vedas about amazing aspect of spiritual world, full of varieties, full of living entities, full of happiness, full of pastimes of the Lord. In Chaitanya Charitamrita also we find Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes this. Where we are, okay, here. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Prakritira para paravyoma namadham Krishna vigraha yaiche vibhutyadi gunavan. Beyond the material nature lies the realm known as Paravyom, the spiritual sky. Like Lord Krishna himself, it possesses all transcendental attributes, such as the 6 opulences. So this is very nice to hear, that Krishna has 6 opulences. He's most beautiful, he has all wealth, he is all-knowing, so the opulences of the Dhamma are also there. Of all the Dhammas, all spiritual planets, Krishna Loka, or here is called Gokul, Gokulakyam, Mahatpadam. The highest abode of all is Gokul, and is showing all opulences just as Krishna. So this is amazing. This is spirit. So this is in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila. Then again, Shloka 15 of Adi 5th chapter. That Vaikuntha region is all-pervading, infinite, and supreme. It is the residence of Lord Krishna and his incarnations. Okay, so now all spiritual sky is described. That there are so many Vaikuntha planets, and there are many forms of the Lord there. It's all-pervading, infinite, and supreme. And Krishna and his avatars. So every form of the Lord has his planet. Fewer exceptions, but that we'll not discuss now. That we'll discuss when we come to avatars. Okay, I read another shloka. In the highest region of that spiritual sky is the spiritual planet called Krishna Loka. It has 3 divisions, Dwaraka, Mathura, and Gokula. So now, Vaikuntha is described as unlimited and showing 6 opulences of the Lord, no? All Aishwaryas of the Lord are manifested there. And now, in the out of spiritual sky, the highest planet is described. Okay, the spiritual sky is already above material sky. And now, above that one, above the material sky, above spiritual sky, Vaikuntha, there is a planet called the highest region. No? Tahara upari bhage Krishna loka kyati, Dwaraka Mathura Gokula, Trividatve Sthiti. So here is described by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The highest region of the spiritual sky is the spiritual planet called Krishna Loka. It has 3 divisions, Dwaraka, Mathura, and Gokula. Okay. Sarvaga Ananta Vibhu Krishna Tanusama Uparyado Vyapiyache Nakhila Niyama. Like the transcendental body of Lord Krishna, Gokula is all-pervading, infinite, supreme. It expands both above and below without any restriction. So this is the kind of give you some idea, shall we say, about the size. It's a spiritual, it's unlimited, it's a huge. It is described as the biggest of all Vaikuntha planets. Okay? Ananta Vaikuntha Paravama Yara Dalisheni Sarva Pare Krishna Loka Karnikara Gani. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu described like this. The shape of the spiritual sky is compared to a lotus flower. The topmost region of that flower is called the wall, and within that wall is Krishna's abode. The petals of the spiritual lotus flower consist of many Vaikuntha planets. So this is how it is described in the Shastra, that the spiritual abode of Krishna looks like a lotus. Now we are seeing the planets by our naked eye. We can see the moon, we can see the sun. Sometimes we can see a little bit light in the distance, Venus, on some days, or some nights, better to say. But how it looks, Krishna's planet, it looks like a lotus. So this is showing the opulence, the beauty, something that we don't see in material world. Now, something extraordinary and very attractive in that way. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that there is a one lotus. Now, if you remember, we were in those who've seen this Goloka chart. Maybe I can show the Goloka chart. Okay, Goloka chart. Share the screen. Did I just cancel that one? Yes. Okay. Okay. So, say, you know, this is not NASA's photo of the spiritual sky, published recently, live. We are live from the NASA telescope. No, we are not. Okay, so you can see approximately is depicted as a lotus. Now, here in this chart, you will see that there is another lotus, of Vaikuntha, with Lord Narayana in the middle of the lotus. And down the black hole, that is material world, the black hole here written. Okay, so now what is the point? The point is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says like this, that at the top of spiritual sky, the topmost planet, the biggest planet in the shape of lotus is Goloka. And in the wall of that lotus, this is the wall, that middle portion which looks like a cone shape, inverted cone shape, you may say, resides Krishna, Radha and Krishna. Okay, now and he says that other petals are Vaikuntha planets. So that shows you that this lotus is really unlimited. We show some petals is here, but actually the unlimited petals is because the spiritual sky is unlimited. Okay, so Vaikuntha planets will be some after that, external petal, another. So what we have in spiritual sky is one huge lotus. That is what we have. The spiritual sky is just one huge lotus, not two lotuses. Goloka chart shows two lotuses. Why? Because those who worship Narayan, they will see the form of Narayan in the center of Vaikuntha. And this description of this portion of Goloka chart is from Padma Purana, quoted by Rupa Goswami in Lagu Bhagavatamrita. So those who worship Lord Narayan, they will say, oh, Lord Narayan is in the middle, and Krishna will be as one of avatars in this case, in the first, second, in the third avarana, in the third circle of Vaikuntha. So I believe those who worship Nrsimha, they will see Lord Nrsimha in the middle of Vaikuntha and all other planets around, like that. That's the concept. But we understand from the Shastra that Krishna planet is the highest. Krishna is in the center of the wall of the lotus. And all other planets are one petal. So just for better understanding of differences between Goloka and Vaikuntha, two lotuses are depicted, you know, because the varieties of planets according to description Shastra is given. So for study, we depicted the two lotuses in Goloka chart. But actually, you must understand, there is only one lotus and is unlimitedly expanded. Now we did actually one lotus where we were preparing this chart, and became so many things on that lotus that Of course, what do you expect when you want to depict the spiritual world? We end up in some huge lotus that computer blocked, and you could not put all these expansions, and Adi Chaturyuga was okay. But then Dvitiya Chaturyuga with their expansion of 24 Vishnus and their expansion again, and then we got lost ourselves. I say, okay, we have to simply simplify the thing, make two lotuses, and explain to people there is one lotus, and that lotus has unlimited petals. Okay, so this is not Golokachar presentation. We are studying Brahma-saṁhitā, so we'll stick to that. Okay, so Srila Jiva Goswami comments in Brahma-saṁhitā here that after presenting the Krishna is supreme in first shloka, now he's presented his super excellent abode, his supreme abode. And what is the abode? Abode is suitable to the personality presented in the first shloka, which is Supreme Lord Krishna. So suitable place for him, not the ordinary place. Just like if you go to any country, who has the best places? Either the emperor, I mean the president, or the big business people, rich people. They have the biggest houses, correct? So here we say that the Krishna is supreme personality of God. Sarva Karana Karana, Anadi Radha. All avatars come from him. So from his abode should be the best, and it is the best. This is what is depicted in this second shloka. And later we will see when Krishna expands into other forms, his abode also expands in other abodes to facilitate the activities of Krishna, his pastimes, basically. So this abode is most amazing. Is made of Chintamani, as we'll see later in Brahma-saṁhitā, and all details will be described. So this is really amazing that planet looks like a lotus, is made of Chintamani, is spiritual element. Spiritual elements are conscious. There's no dead matter there. So these are some aspects that is puzzling our mind, our brain, how to understand. We understand by hearing from Shastras. This is how we understand. And while going there, we'll see ourselves. Does it help, this information? Yes. So the planet is like a lotus, beautiful looking in the lotus petals and made of Chintamani and attractive. So there was a story which unfortunately we also narrated in our Golokachar seminar, but was wrong information, the story. The story was that how Krishna moves from one place to another place on great distances when Krishna wants to go from Nandagram to Vrindavan or to Mathura or to Govardhan or to Yamuna. He has to walk a lot, miles and miles he has to walk. So the story which I heard from one ISKCON sannyasi was that the lotus opens, and when Krishna wants to go to another place, the lotus closes, and then Krishna just in no time can travel great distances. But His Holiness Jayadvaita Maharaj clarified this point. He said that when devotees came first to Vrindavan 70s with Prabhupada, they asked, that they heard this from locals, because Shastra says that Goloka is in the form of lotus. So devotees were going with Prabhupada, seeing different temples in Vrindavan. So one day in front of Radha Govindaji temple, there somebody say, Prabhupada, we heard that the Krishna can travel great distances fast because the Goloka Dham abode is made of lotus, so lotus closes and opens. And Jayadvaita Maharaj said, but Prabhupada didn't buy that story. Prabhupada, no, Krishna just makes big steps. So, and then he, just like ants are so much to travel, but for us who are big, just one step. So Prabhupada didn't buy this lotus story. Okay, so we must understand, let's not try to mechanically or our own way try to explain how it works. It's spiritual. Krishna, by his will, he can make even small steps and be there in 1 second if he wants, in Mathura or Gokul or Govardhan or wherever he wants, in any corner of spiritual material sky. He is unlimited, there's no limit. to his potency, and everyone, all parasya shaktir vividaiva shruyate, all the potencies, energies are serving him faithfully, and they are capable, empowered by him. So there is no problem for Krishna moving here and there by any speed, So the lotus story, it's simply ignored by Srila Prabhupada, for your information. Okay. Now, now the shloka says like this. Shloka says, what is described? Mahatpadam. Okay. Before that, we have few shlokas from Baladevi Bhushan quoted in his Pramaya Ratnavali from Rig Veda, describing the supreme abode of the Lord. Taduruga yasya Krishna paramam padam havabhati bhuri. The supreme abode of Krishna is unlimitedly manifested. Okay, this is from Rig Veda, Krishna's paramam padam. You see that? Krishna's supreme abode. Tam va vastuni ushmasi gamadhye yatra gavo bhuri shinga ayasa. We desire to attain the transcendental abode Sri Radha and Krishna, which is full of splendid Surabhi cows. Okay. So these are quotes from Rig Veda by Baladevi Bhushan describing the abode of the Lord. Okay. So another thing to discuss here is that the shloka says Mahatpadam. Just a second, where is this? Okay, here. Sahasrapatra Kamalam. Sahasrapatra Kamala means possessing 1,000 petals. Kamalam a lotus. Gokulakyam, known as Gokul. Mahatpadam. So Srila Jiva Goswami says that when you say Mahatpadam, sometimes people say, oh, this is Vaikuntha. This is abode of Lord Narayan. Yes, that's also called Mahatpadam, Vaikuntha. But here, to clarify, what is that Mahatpadam, the ultimate abode? Gokulakyam word is used. To this specifically, Krishna's planet is called Gokul. Gokulakyam, Mahatpadam, the super excellent station. This is how Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur translated. Okay? That Karnikaram, the wall of that lotus, Dham, abode of Krishna. Ananta of his infinity aspect, Balam, Amsha from part. Okay, we'll discuss this. So, so here definitely Srila Jiva Goswami said that Mahatpadam does not refer to the Mahavaikuntha. And also, another explanation Srila Jiva Goswami gives here, that Mahatpadam, Mahat means great, because it has huge palace, Mahantapuram, to accommodate all his loving devotees there, like Yashoda Maya, Nanda Maharaj, all the Gopas, Gopis, because it's suitable for living with many others. Therefore, it's called Mahatpadam. So that Krishna lives with all these devotees, that is shown later in Brahma-saṁhitā, describing that Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambramasa, hundreds and thousands of Lakshmi's gopis live there. So therefore it's called Mahatpadam. It's a great abode, even actually the greatest, the biggest planet in the spiritual sky. Okay, so now you see we were quoting from Baladevi Bhushan's Pramaya Ratnavali, there's few shlokas, but there are so many shlokas in Puranas, in the Vedas, describing the spiritual sky, Vaikuntha varieties. There is no religion in the world that gives so many details of the spiritual sky, of God's abode, of God's activities, forms, planets, the nature of it, and philosophically explaining it also, meaningfully, intelligibly, which makes sense, which is convincing, which is really astonishing, amazing to hear such a descriptions. So we get these informations from Srila Prabhupada. We got it from Vedas, from Acharyas, from Guru Parampara, but we got it actually from Srila Prabhupada. And the Srila Prabhupada given us, and to all world, this valuable information. This is the description of our home. This is where we belong. This is where we're supposed to go. This is what's supposed to awaken us and attract us to go home back to Godhead. Srila Prabhupada said, one should hear the description of spiritual world and be attracted and develop desire to go there, to serve Krishna, of course. most of the people in the world, religions in the world, they pray to God for material benefit. And even if they want to go to the kingdom of God, as they call it, they also have idea, we'll go there and we will enjoy. We are enjoyers. Again, same mentality, aham ameti, ishwaroham aham bhogi, I'm an enjoyer. They want to go to the abode of God and remain enjoyers. Once we met that Christian priest in the train, we were discussing different things. So we asked him, what is your goal? What happens when you go home, back to Godhead, to go kingdom of God? So he said, oh, yes, this is the beautiful place of peace and harmony. The lions and deers embrace each other, and, there's a beautiful place and beautiful gardens. And so what do you do there? I was thinking, okay, what do they know about service to the Lord? How do they serve Lord there? What is the information given in Bible or whatever they are reading? And he said, oh, yes, we'll go there and we'll meet all our loved ones. The grandmother will be there and grandfather and our favorite puppy also there, dog. And then we'll sit in garden and eat and sing and dance. I said, what about God? Where is God in all this picture? You're just going there and enjoying there. Therefore you came to material world because you want to enjoy separately from God. Where is God in your heaven? Oh, yes, yes. Jesus sometimes walks through the garden and smile upon us. No concept of service, no just concept of enjoyment. It's wrong. They are not going to go home back to Godhead with that mentality. It's you understand what Prabhupada given to us, devotional service, bhakti yoga. He didn't translate emotion, yoga of emotions, as one Western scholar translated, the yoga of emotions. Devotional service, you surrender. This is the Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga. With knowledge and renunciation as a science of bhakti, one progresses. Bhakti is there, but the knowledge must be there, proper understanding of Sambandha Jnana, who am I, who is God, what is our relationship. So other people, they don't even have description of spiritual world. They have no concept what we're supposed to do there. So here we are thankful to Srila Prabhupada, they just giving such information, and all acharyas, Guru Parampara, and the Vedas, Krishna himself, to giving us this. It's a mind-blowing. Nobody in the world has this information. We have to distribute these books. We have to share this. We have to understand and inspire others, because we have such a treasure that nobody has. You sounds puffed up, and only we, another sect and crazy religion, only we know the truth. But here it is, from the Shastra, is for everyone. We are not claiming it's only for us. Only Hare Krishnas will be saved. No, we want to save all the world. Whole world we want to save. Whoever wants to get information is free. It's free for everyone. Everyone can take advantage. Okay, look what Srila Prabhupada said. I'll just show you one Prabhupada's quote. Srila Prabhupada said, in fact, the Guru can help you transmigrate from this planet directly to the spiritual sky, Vaikuntha Loka, where there are innumerable spiritual planets. The topmost planet in the spiritual sky is Krishna's planet, called Goloka Vrindavan. The Krishna consciousness movement is trying to give information of how one can be transferred directly to the Goloka Vrindavan planet, Krishna Loka. That is our mission. Look at this. Prabhupada speaks what Acharya says. Krishna Loka is the highest, and he gives us the knowledge about it and the process how to go there. And then he given us mission also, that you have to spread this knowledge to others. Okay, so this Goloka is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita by different names. We use names famous: Vrindavan, Vraja, Gokul, Goloka, correct? They are different names. So here, this is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sarvapari Shri Gokula Vraja Lokadham, Shri Goloka Shveta Dvipa Vrindavananam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Shri Gokul, the highest of all, is also called Vraja, Goloka, Shvetadvip, and Vrindavan. So this is what it is. The same abode is called by different names, interchangeable. There is no problem addressing it in any of that way, no? Back home, back to Godhead. Let's go back home, back to Godhead, back to Vaikuntha. Yes, Goloka is one of Vaikuntha planets, but it's topmost planet and has its own name, Krishna Loka, or Goloka, or Gokula, or Vrindavan, or Raja, or Shvetadvipa. Now this Shvetadvipa should not be misunderstood for the Shvetadvipa where Kshirodakashaya Vishnu lays down within material realm. That is different. That is also called Shvetadvipa because there is ocean of milk, and in the midst of it, Kshirodakashaya Vishnu has his palace and his pastimes. But here, Goloka is surrounded by milk of Krishna's Surabhi cows, Shvetadvipa. Srila Jiva Goswami described it's called Shvetadvipa. Shveta means white or pure, where only the pure soul resides, or the purest, the highest of devotees come there. The only highest soul can come there. And Dvipa is island because very few souls reach that height of that pure prema bhakti on that level to actually have access to that abode. Therefore, it's called Dvipa, or something hidden, something difficult to reach. You know, the Dvipa is island. Island is in the middle of ocean, so there is some endeavor to reach it. So Shveta Dvipa is called because it's difficult to reach. Only purest souls can reach like that. So the Acharyas explained the meaning of our Gokul. Srila Jiva Goswami says, wait, this is the wrong one. Oops. No, okay. Here, Srila Jiva Goswami says, the Gokula literally means a Hare Krishna. Okay, can you hear? All right. So here, just share the screen. It's giving me wrong screen. Okay, so here, the Goloka meaning is cowshed. So the meaning implies the spiritual living place of the covered people of Raja. That is one of the meaning. And then immediately the quote is given from Srimad Bhagavatam. Itam Sankirtitas Tabhyam Bhagavan Gokuleshwaraha. So here Krishna is called Bhagavan Gokuleshwara, the Lord of the Gokul, Gokuleshwara. Okay, Krishna is the Lord of Gokul, the covered village. And the same place is called Vana Vaikunta. Vana means a forest, and this is from Rig Veda, Krishna Upanishad. So this is very nice. Vana Vaikunta. There is Vaikunta, but there is Vana Vaikunta. Vana Vrindavan, the forest of Tulasi trees. No? So there are different quotes to support from Shastra that Krishna's, what is the meaning of Goloka, what is the meaning of Vrindavan, how it looks like that Krishna's abode. Here Srila Prabhupada say, Gokul means flocks of cows, Go means cow, and Kula means flock or herd of cows. Vraja is not different from Vrindavan. Vraja means the pasturing grounds, and Vrindavan is the woods where there are many tulasi leaves. So this is how Prabhupada explains. Simple, no? We all know this. Okay. So here, let's see the Srila Jiva Goswami explains the further words of the Brahma-saṁhitā. He explained once Sambhavam. I just go back to shloka so it's easy for us to follow. Oh, it's changing, isn't it? Just a second. Share the screen. Okay. Okay, here. So Sahasrapata Kamalam, we heard the explanation. Gokulakya Mahatpadam, Tad Karnikam Tadam, Tad Anantamsha Sambhavam. So now Srila Jiva Goswami explains this that Sambhavan means exists eternally as a purely spiritual, self-effulgent portion. And Ananta Amsha means the portion of unlimited one, or refers to Balaram, Ananta Amsha. Amsha, Lord Balaram is Amsha of the Lord, Krishna. So this is understood that this spiritual abode exists eternally as a portion of expansion of Lord Balaram. This is also understood from Vaishnava scriptures. Or the phrase Ananta Sambhavan may mean there is dwelling place, Sambhava, of Baladev, whose portion is Ananta. So, supreme abode of Krishna is Goloka, and Balaram also resides there, whose Amsha is Ananta Shesha. Okay, so these two meanings are given. So here you can see in word-to-word meaning that how it's translated. Ananta of his infinitary aspect, Balaram. Amsha from a part, Sambhavam produced. So now this Gokul, Tat Ananta Amsha Sambhavam. The Gokul is manifestation of Lord Balaram's Shakti. This is what is described. The Lord Balaram is first expansion of Lord Krishna. And he manifests the spiritual through his potency. Now in a moment we'll see that. In the purport to Brahma-saṁhitā, here, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati translates Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Bengali commentaries into Bhaktisiddhanta's English, basically. So I know it's a little difficult to read, but when Srila Prabhupada said that if you read again and again and again, you will understand. And of course, we have to use dictionary for Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur words. But actually, when you're hearing all these Srila Prabhupada's comments and Acharya's comments, it's not difficult to understand. Let's see this. Gokul, like Goloka, is not created mundane plane. Okay, it's not material abode. Gokul or Goloka is not created mundane plane. Unbounded character forms the display of his unlimited potency and his propagating manifestation. So it is spiritual, is unlimited, is not material. Baladev is the mainstay of that energy. So that energy, that potency, Lord Balaram is presiding deity, he is in charge. The transcendental entity of Baladev has two aspects: infinite spiritual manifestation and infinite accommodating space for insentient gross things. Basically, from Lord Balaram, spiritual and material worlds are created. I'll show you in the second this. Okay, let's see this. Okay, here is one Srila Prabhupada. You are getting it on the screen? No. Okay, just a second. Okay. Okay, you seeing this now? Okay. So here Srila Prabhupada explains, Supreme Abode known as Goloka is manifested like a lotus flower with hundreds of petals. Everything there is manifested by Ananta, who is form of Balaram or Sankarshan. Okay. Now, let me see further. Okay. So here, the Krishna's potencies are explained. Can you see Krishna word? Okay, I cannot see because of this. From Krishna, how many potencies Krishna has? Unlimited potencies. Okay, that's true. And some are listed by Sripad Madhvacharya, some are listed by Srila Jiva Goswami. Many potencies are there. We know Sachit, Anand, Sandini, Samvit, Kladini, Chit, Jiva Shakti, Maya Shakti, Tushti, Pushti, Gir, Kirti, Jnana, Vidya. There's so many potencies of the Lord. Kriya Shakti, so many potencies. Now, three are, usually we say Lord has three potencies: spiritual, marginal, material, Bahiranga, Antaranga, and Tadastha Shakti. But actually the fact is that Lord has one potency. That is called Swarupa Shakti or Chit Shakti, spiritual potency. From spiritual potency, everything else manifests. So this is a Swarupa Shakti, Chit potency, expands through Vibhav, Prabhav, and Anubhav into different energies. So Vibhava expansion Swarupa Shakti manifests Chit Shakti or spiritual potency, Jiva Shakti, living entities, and Maya Shakti, material energy. Prabhupada expansion manifests Icha Shakti, the will of the Lord, Jnana Shakti, knowledge and Kriya, activity. And Anubhav manifests Sandhini potency, the potency of existence, Samvit potency of knowledge, and Hladini potency of the bliss or happiness. So here, now, these potency interact, these potencies, they interact. So in Chit, spiritual world, in Jiva and in Maya, they manifest differently. When you have Sandhini potency, potency of existence, Samvit, and Hladini, influencing this spiritual realm, Jiva and Maya, Chit potency, spiritual Shakti, then different manifestation happens. Sandhini potency, potency of existence. Okay. When potency of existence influences Chit Shakti, spiritual world is manifested. Actually, this is not done in course of time. There is no time when spiritual world was created. It always exists as a manifestation of Sandhini potency influencing in Chit Shakti. Sandhini potency presiding deity is Lord Balaram, Baladev. So it is his expansion. Lord Balaram is first expansion of Krishna, and he always think, although he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he always think how to serve Krishna, how to please Krishna, how to assist Krishna in his pastimes. So he expands all spiritual world, all Krishna's forms. After that, Adi Chaturyuga expands from Balaram. From Sankarshan of Adi Chaturyuga expands Narayana of Vaikuntha. From Narayana of Vaikuntha expands the Dvitiya Chaturyuga. Again, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. From Sankarshan of Dvitiya Chaturyuga, Purusha avatars expand. Mahavishnu, Kanodakasha Vishnu, Garbhodakasha Vishnu, Kshiradakasha Vishnu. From Kshiradakasha Vishnu, Yuga avatars, Guna avatars, Lila avatars, Manvantaras, Shakti avatars, everything comes from that. So look how it was. Sandhini potency manifests Krishna's forms, names, qualities, pastimes, everything is manifested by Sandhini potency in working in spiritual realm, Chit Shakti. When this same potency works on Jiva, Jiva's spiritual existence, name and place appear. Jiva's form, spiritual form is ascertained, and name and place and service, everything. And when Sandhini potency works in Maya, in Bahiranga Shakti, what happens? Material worlds manifest, material forms, names, qualities, action, everything material manifests. So now we understand. The statement from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, where he says that the transcendental entity of Bala has two aspects. Infinite spiritual manifestation means manifesting his energy working in the all spiritual realms, and infinite accommodating space for insentient gross things and material world manifestation, basically. Material worlds, forms, everything material. Not only planets, but everything, no? Accommodating space for insentient gross things means material, matter. The uniquadrantal delineation of material universe will be dealt with the proper place. Uniquadrantal is compared to next, okay, I read the next slide. The triquadrantal means Tripada Vibhuti is spiritual manifestation, Ekapada Vibhuti is material world. So what Bhaktisiddhanta says that material creation will deal in the proper place, means other shlokas will speak about it. It's simple, no? And the triquadrantal extension of transcendental infinity field of the Almighty, unlamenting, Vaikuntha means unlamenting, non-perishing, and non-apprehending, unlimited situation of hello, which are fully spiritual, majestic foliage. So three parts of spiritual world actually is eternal, is without suffering, without lamentation, non-perishing, non-apprehending, unlimited, and is self-effulgent. Hello is there, no? So this is what actually he describes, you know. This very majestical extension portrays the manifested lofty rich feature of the Western unlimited region of greater atmosphere, which has its resplendent location wholly beyond the realm of mundane nature. So now he is where it is. It's above material world. On the further shore of Viraja, surrounded by hell of Brahman. So Viraja is there, which after Viraja Brahman is surrounding. Above Brahman, Vaikuntha Loka, how he calls Brahman, or indistinguishable entity. This is how he calls Brahman, which is true. So this majestical power of unlimited spirit emanates on the upper portion of the luminous sphere into the most charming Gokul, or eternally existing Goloka, exceedingly beautiful by the assorted display of effulgence. So this is purport, how he describes the Goloka. Just a second, share the screen. Okay, here. So here you can see on the screen what Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur described. Above material world, we are here on the earth. Above there are many planetary systems. Above there is a Karna ocean or Viraja river, okay, and which is enveloped in Brahma Jyoti. And then above that there are Vaikuntha planets, and top of all planet is Goloka Vrindavan. So this is what basically he located it, where it is placed, So such an amazing information. Ooh. Hare Krishna. Okay, so okay, let's read the purport to the end. Just 1 second. There is share the screen. Okay, this is the one. Okay. Some designate this region as the abode of Supreme Narayana, or the original fountainhead. Hence, Gokula, which is identical with Goloka, is the supreme plane. The same sphere shines as Goloka and Gokula respectively by its upper or transcendental and lower or mundane situation. Now another amazing information we got here. What is the information? That same Goloka, which is on top, the same Goloka which is on the top of all material and spiritual worlds, is manifested lower region, where? On the earth in Vrindavan. The same abode when Krishna appears as avatars comes with him. And in the material world is called Gokula. And in spiritual world is called Golok. And there is no difference between them. Okay? So when Krishna comes, his abode comes with him. This is what is described. This is what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur just writes in that purport. And not only Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, but you can see all acharyas explain this. And this is something very amazing, very inconceivable. Okay, that Bhagavan manifested his own spiritual abode right within material world. And this is really amazing. This is very astonishing. Okay, so I'll read a little more from the acharyas' commentaries here. Okay, this will okay, here. Papancha swatmakam lokam avatarya maheshwaraha avir bhavati tatreti matram brahmadi shabdata. Here, the Supreme Personality of Godhead brings his own spiritual realm within the jurisdiction of the material world and then personally appears there. This is the opinion of Lord Brahma and all other learned spiritualists. Okay, so this is Srila Balada Vidyabhushan quotes this shloka. The Supreme Personality of Godhead brings his own spiritual realm within jurisdiction of material world. So before Bhagavan comes, his abode comes. And Krishna comes in his own Vrindavan. When Krishna is there, Vrindavan is fully visible, manifested. So aprakata means in the spiritual world, which we don't see now, becomes prakata dham. He manifests his abode in Vrindavan when he was there. Okay. Okay, one by one we'll go. Here, again he quotes, Govinda Sachitananda Naradara Katha Yata Agyayar Nirupyate Tadvat Dhamni prakritita akila. So he says like this. Just as they consider the eternal, omniscient, and blissful spiritual form of Krishna to be only the form of an ordinary human child, the foolish also consider the Lord's spiritual abode to be simply manifestation of material energy. We say Vrindavan is spiritual abode. We say it's completely spiritual. But they say no, it's material. No? So who says? Fools. Foolish people who cannot understand the Lord, avajanati ma mudha, they think his abode is also material, but it's not. Okay. So this is what Shastra say. He fully manifests his Goloka within material realm, and it's called Gokula. Then he quotes Gopal Tapani Upanishad. Dāsa madhya sakshat Brahma Gopala Puri. Another name of Mathura or Vrindavan is Gopala Puri, or the city where Gopal resides, Krishna. So here, this is from Atharva Veda Gopal Tapani Upanishad. Among the 7 sacred cities of Bharata, the city of Mathura, where Lord Gopal resides, is a direct manifestation of the spiritual world. Okay? Direct manifestation of the spiritual world, Vrindavan. So, this is how it is, that the abode follows the Lord. Wherever Lord moves, abode follows him. And here, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati quotes Srila Sanatana Goswami in same purport of the shloka too. He says like this: Srila Sanatana Goswami has told us as follows in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, which embodies the final essence of all books of instruction. Now, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta quotes Sanatana Goswami. He displays his pastime here in this land as he used to do in Goloka. So those pastimes which Krishna displays in eternal spiritual sky, he comes down to material world to show. He came to display those pastimes to reclaim fallen conditioned soul, to make them attracted, to show them, hey, you can't see spiritual. Now he has come to you. Now you all come and join me. Go home back to Godhead. Come back, awaken your consciousness, develop love for me, love me, and surrender unto me. The difference between two planes lies only in their locations as high and low. One is up in the spiritual sky, one is down within material world manifested. But there is no difference. This is what they say. That is, in other words, Krishna plays exactly the same part in Goloka as he exhibits on the mundane plane of Gokula. There is practically no difference between Gokul and Goloka, save that this what exists in the shape of Goloka in the upper region is the same as Gokul on the mundane plane when Krishna shows his various activities there. Okay. So this is very amazing information from the Vedas, that this is how we understand Vrindavan. Now we will discuss in a moment why we don't see it, no? And that's not difficult to guess why we don't see it. Okay, so here, then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur quotes Srila Jiva Goswami. Goloka nirupanam vrindavanadinam nitya Krishna dhamatvam Goloka vrindavanayor ekatvam cha. So here he quotes from Shatsandarbha that Goloka and Gokula are not different. Okay. Goloka vrindavana anayor ekatvam cha. Goloka and Vrindavan, they are ekatvam. They are same. They are not different. To ascertain the plane of Goloka Vrindavan is the eternal abode of Krishna. And Goloka and Vrindavan are identical. And though both are identical, yet Krishna's inconceivable energy has made Goloka the acme of the spiritual kingdom of Gokul, of Mathura province, forming a part of mundane plane, which is also manifestation of Triquandral Vibhuti, conducing majesty. So what is the point? Here he says the same thing, no? That this is amazing, that this Goloka could be manifested within material world with same splendor, that nothing is missing in this Vrindavan what is manifested in Goloka. Actually, later on we'll see even more is manifest. Okay, so now what Srila Jiva Goswami says, correct? This is quoted from Shandarbha. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta speaks here. Poor human understanding cannot possibly make out how the extensive triquandrular, which is beyond human comprehension, can be accommodated in limited nether material universe of a uniquadrutal disclosure. How can this unlimited spiritual sky be accommodated in one quarter? Tripada Vibhuti suddenly manifested within Ekapada Vibhuti, and nothing is missing, everything is accommodated. That's the spirit. The spirit is unlimited. It's possible. When God comes, his spiritual abode comes and manifests within material, he just completely manifests his spiritual. So here, Gokula is a spiritual plan, hence his transcendence position in the region of material space, time, etc. is in no way restricted, but unlimitedly manifested with his full boundless property. So he said that even if it is manifested within material world, fine, there is nothing to worry about it. He has his potency. The spiritual world has the potency to do that. Now, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also describes this, the same phenomenon. He says, Krishna's achintya Shakti, inconceivable potency, makes it possible. The mysterious workings of his achintya Shakti are beyond the realm of logic, intellect, and the nominal. The eternal abode known as Goloka Dham manifests within the material world as the stage for the Supreme Lord's Prakata Lila, materially manifests pastimes, and is called Sri Mathura Dham. And in his Aprakata Lila, transcendentally unmanifest pastimes, the same eternal abode is known as Goloka Dham. Fast, clear, no? Is Achintya Shakti. If God cannot do that, then who can do that? God must do that. That's the point. Why? Oh, how can be Vrindavan, you go there and this is spiritual world. This is spiritual world. This is spiritual. Why? Because Shastra says so, because Acharya says so, and because, okay, let's see it from the shloka directly. Let's see. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta go on explaining why we do not see the difference. Why we cannot see that this Vrindavan is not different from the spiritual abode. Okay. To the eye of an observer, though the eye of an observer is impelled by a cloud when gazing at the sun, and though the tiny cloud can never really cover the sun, still the clouded vision apparently observes the sun as a covered by the clouds. Okay, when we look at the sun, sometimes cloud is distracting us. It's not that sun is covered by the cloud. Cloud cannot come near the sun. It will be evaporated in the moment. But because we are so far, cloud actually covers our vision. So what we say? Clouded sun. We have wrong vision. In just the same way, the conditioned soul, with their obscure intelligence, senses, and decisions, accept Gokul as a piece of measurable land. So because of our material coverings, material intelligence, material eyes, material ideas, logic and understanding, we are trying to measure Vrindavan. It is limited, but it's not limited. The success in identifying the true self is finally achieved when the screen of gross and subtle coils of the conditioned soul is removed by the sweet will of Krishna. So finally, when the gross and subtle coverings are removed, when we are establishing pure self, then only we can see in spiritual body, you can see spiritual world there. However, the idea of Goloka is seen to differ from Gokul till the success in unalloyed devotion is achieved. So you will go to Vrindavan and you will not see the spiritual. We will not see, I will not see spiritual world till the success in unalloyed devotion is achieved. Till we surrender to Krishna, we cannot see. Okay, but doesn't mean that nobody can see, correct? Doesn't mean. So, the Sanatana Goswami says that Vrindavan is here on the earth, and Krishna's unmanifested pastimes are going on even within material realm. Okay, now, okay, let me not confuse people. We don't see Goloka Dham, so we call it aprakat, unmanifested. When Krishna comes to perform pastimes 5,000 years ago, he manifested Goloka into Gokul, into material realm. He manifested spiritual. When he withdrew the pastimes, again his lila become aprakata, unmanifested. But Goloka Dham, in spiritual sky, Krishna Leelas are going on eternally. And just because Krishna unmanifested his pastimes within Goloka, Gokul, in material world, doesn't mean that pastimes are not eternal. These are also going on. Even now, in Vrindavan, Krishna Leelas are going on. Here, in material realm. But are unmanifested, invisible to the materialistic eye. So here, those who are pure souls, they can see it. So Srila Sanatana Goswami quotes from Prabodhananda Saraswati, where he himself describes how actually he sees Vrindavan in his real form, with his transcendental beauty and with all excellence and opulence. This is what is described by Prabodhananda Saraswati. So here, this is the shloka. He describes and he says, "Oh, this Vrindavan of mine, stationed above every other abode, how it shines near me like a big moon in all its resplendent beauty." So Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, when he goes to Vrindavan, he sees Vrindavan. Correct? When we go to Vrindavan, what do we see? Loi Bazaar. What do I see? What do I see? No? I see with these material eyes. Even Arjun could not see. Divya Chakshush. No? Krishna has to give him divine eyes to see. Okay. So here, this is the, so now another thing, Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur mentioning his purport to this shloka. Now, do you see on the screen? No? You see? We can see Gokula from Goloka, which is eternal. This is also a mystery. The attainment of final beatitude is the success in attaining one's eternal self. Now, this is something interesting. We can see Gokul from Goloka. So when we go home back to Godhead, we'll be seeing this Gokul also within material realm. Okay. So, okay, I'll stop here. Now is 1 hour exactly. I'll stop here and we'll have to continue tomorrow. I thought we'll finish the shloka, but it's a difficult to, it expands. It expands. So what happened is that Srila Jiva Goswami wrote a book, Gopala Champ, and he went on describing spiritual world, and went on describing Vrindavan and the Gopas and the Gopis and the realm itself. And in one moment he writes, "Alas, what have I done? I started describing the spiritual world. How will I finish it? When will it be complete? Because it's unlimited, So don't mind. We are not really rushing through Brahma-saṁhitā. We are slow train. We're going slowly, but we are trying to understand the matter, and so many things are very amazing. And now Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati took a teaser for the next shloka. He said, from Goloka you can see Gokul, and saying goes, from Gokul you can see Goloka also. So that we'll be discussing next time, and hopefully close the shloka 2 and then start shloka 3 tomorrow. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for hearing. Do you have any questions? We have some questions? Okay, we have some questions. Okay, so here the question is that if the Mathura and Vrindavan are a spiritual abode, how is it that the many attacks from different armies happen in history, like Islamic rule and the building of mosque right to next Krishna's place of birth, like that? Yes, that is in external material vision of the spiritual world. In external mundane plane, this is what it happened. But actually, Vrindavan is untouched. Mathura spiritual is untouched. but that we can see only when we actually become pure devotees of Krishna, and by His mercy, we'll see the actually spiritual realm. Now we are seeing material realm. Just like you are seeing this material body of mine. So you are seeing, okay, this is some foreign male, um, looking like this, looking like that, but you are not seeing me. You are not seeing me. I'm the spirit soul. You are seeing this cover, the body of mine, the material body of mine, and you are judging me like this. I'm not foreigner, I'm not white, I'm not tall, I'm spirit soul. You are completely in illusion seeing me like this. So similarly, seeing externally what is happening in external portion, by material eyes, you are seeing the material manifestation. And there things are going on in their own way, but spiritually, Vrindavan is as it is. No temple is destroyed in Vrindavan. No one flower is, no one blade of grass is broken by the Muslims there, because they never enter there. So don't worry, nothing happened to Goloka Vrindavan. Hare Krishna. Okay, any other question? Oh. Okay, so here the question is, Srila Prabhupada explains that when spirit soul, a devotee, gets liberated, one takes part in Krishna's pastimes on earth before coming back to Godhead. Does it mean Krishna's pastime Vrindavan, Mathura, and Dwaraka? Or it also mean, for example, pastime Lord Ram, Chaitanya, and like that? Okay, please don't mind, but I'll answer this in the next lecture. Not because this is exactly coming. This point is coming now. Uh, exactly in this discussion what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur started, that devotees can see in Gokul, Goloka, and from Goloka you can see Gokul. So this is very much linked with this, where we go in time of that first. So that we'll be discussing with beautiful. I wanted to discuss today, but time was over. So don't mind, huh? See you tomorrow. Tomorrow, right in the lecture, this question is discussed. So I don't want to down to they call spoilers, you spoil the lecture. Keep you in anxiety, you won't sleep all night till tomorrow's answer comes. Okay, okay, there's some questions unclear. Okay, let's see next. Okay, so here question is like this. We find the jivas existing in Vaikuntha planets um, are serving Lord there, and the other devotees are serving in Vrindavan. Like Gopakumar, he was attracted to Goloka Vrindavan. Devotees like Hanuman serve Lord Ram in Ayodhya. Is it that a particular jiva has fixed type of relation with Supreme Lord and that rasa is eternal? Yes, the general understanding is that every soul has his own spiritual form. We all have our spiritual rasa, relation with Krishna, and we are happy in that rasa. Now, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if you associate with Gaudiya Vaishnavas and great devotees of Krishna in Vrindavan, Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanaya Tadhama Vrindavanam. If you associate with Gaudiya Vaishnavas, then you may develop desire to serve Krishna in the mood of gopis of Vrindavan, which is the highest according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then by his mercy, one can actually get blessing of spiritual form of that of a gopi or Madhurya Rasa. So this is exceptional. It's possible, but it's exceptional. One must be lolyam, atamulyam, ekalam. One must be very, very much desiring and very, very pure soul to do that. But it's possible by Lord Chaitanya's mercy to develop attraction, that of residents of Vrindavan. So the question is, can devotee go from Vaikuntha to Goloka and like that? Well, you see, there is something in the, we'll be discussing in Shloka 4 and 5 about that in Goloka, devotees who worship in Aishwarya, in opulence, are not allowed. So only those who worship in Raganuga, mm, they are allowed to enter into Vrindavan. So soul is pleased, soul is happy in his Swarupa. Souls in Vaikuntha are in bliss, serving Lord Narayan. Nothing is missing there. It's complete. It's not that, oh, this is better, this is better. This is another concept in material life. That whatever Swarupa you have, whatever service you have for the Lord is a unique, and the Lord is fully reciprocating. And soul is Yayatma Suprasidati. Soul is fully satisfied with that. There's nothing that, okay, let me get it right. Otherwise, if I miss, I'll be getting something less. There's nothing less in spiritual world. This is all mundane calculation, you know. Devotees go on calculating what you won't like to be, what you like to be. You remember that? When devotees on early days were hearing all these topics and they start speculating, oh, I'll be cow in spiritual, I'll be this, I'll be that. One Mataji start putting the bells around her, you know, like, I'll be cow in the spiritual world. Not like that. It's okay. That all will be revealed. We just practice. We follow instruction from Guru, we follow our sadhana, we follow our chanting, follow our, basically under the guidance of Guru, anartha nivritti syat, heart will be purified and will become steady, nishta, ruchi, asakti, bhav and prem. So gradually this will all be revealed. So nothing to worry, you know. There is no any, you know, there is no. Anyway, we'll be discussing all this topic a little more later on. Okay, so question is of calculation. That if spiritual energy is infinite, unlimited, then how can you say tripada vibhuti, 3/4, and 1/4 ekapada vibhuti is material world? You can't say. You cannot say. But you say also to give you an understanding and idea. You know, that it's much bigger spiritual world than material world. How much bigger? Unlimitedly bigger. You know, so to give us idea. But Shastra call it tripada vibhuti, ekapada vibhuti. 3/4 of manifestation and 1/4 of manifestation. So it's given like this. So how can you measure? I cannot measure, but Shastra measure, and we follow what Shastra says. But that gives you clear concept, you know. You know, just like God created soul to serve Him. Not exactly. We eternally exist to serve Him. Soul is never created; it's eternal. So all these things are really helping us to understand in proper perspective, but not to be taken literally, counting something. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said the tendency to count something, to measure something, is Maya. Is definition of Maya. Maya means to measure. You can't measure spiritual. So in one way, yes, we cannot compare unlimited. No? But from other side, it given us concept that spiritual reality is much bigger than material. That's all. I think that should not be the problem. Okay, so there is a question. Srila Prabhupada teaches that love is fundamental emotion of the soul for God. Then why it is very difficult to get it manifested as part of devotional service? Well, Prabhupada say you can manifest it in one moment, like Katwanga Maharaj. It really depends up to us, no? Prabhupada given that example of his Guru Maharaj, that person is holding the tree and you say, leave me, leave me, leave me. But you are holding the tree. So we are holding Maya. It's not that Maya is capturing us. Maya is holding us like some other identity, some other person is catching us. Like Christians have concept of Satan. Satan is person who is always fighting with God, opposing God. So he's capturing you. It's not me, God. I want to serve you, but Satan. You can't blame anybody else. It's us. In Vedic, it's very clear. There's no other person impediment to you loving God. It's only Maya, attachment. Bhoga Ishvara Prasakta Anam Taya Pahrita Chetasam Vyavasyatmika Buddhi Samadhavna Vidyat. That those who are Bhoga Ishwar, who are still enjoyers of material world, asakta, who are attached to material enjoyments and sense gratification, they will not get that resolute determination, vyavasatmika buddhi, the spiritual intelligence. It will not come. That determination, that resolution, that surrender, desire to surrender, it will not come. So how it comes? It comes by satsanga. Satsanga, sarva shastri hoy. Lava matra satsanga, sarva siddhi hoy. That a little bit association of with the sadhus, with pure devotees, can actually light the fire in our heart of devotional service, and then we'll be enthusiastic, So it is very difficult, it's very rare. Prabhupada said pure devotional service is very rare, like wearing gold. So many people wear ornaments, but many are plastic. How many wear pure gold? Now, how many wear diamonds? So this is the rarest thing. Manushyanam sahasrashu kashtit yatati siddhaye. Yadatam api siddhanam kashchimam veti tattvataha. So because it's the highest thing, it's most difficult in that way. But by mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by mercy of Prabhupada, by the power of the holy name, it's possible. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any other questions on that? Which dham we should try to go to? Serve the Lord, Gokula or Navadvip? Well, again, material calculation, there is no difference between Navadvip and Gokula also. There is no difference. There is no difference between Puri and Vrindavan. There is no difference. So go and serve devotees. Go and serve wherever you are. Which dham we should try to go to. We should try to go to Krishna wherever he is. So it's fine. If you want to go to Vrindavan, you want to go to Navadvip, you want to go to Puri, it's all fine. It's all absolute transcendental. There's nothing to worry. So we don't have to calculate like this. Which dham we should go to? Wherever Guru sends us to. Our Guru Maharaj sent us to Salem Dham. So here we are. And we can turn any material place into Vrindavan, because we see if Krishna comes, if Krishna is pleased by devotees, by devotional service, Krishna will come. If Krishna comes manifest, his abode manifest. Prabhupada said, this temple, don't think it is ordinary building. It is Vaikuntha. It is spiritual world. Prabhupada said like that. So we have nothing to worry now and calculate, okay, of all dhams, which one you like, which is not the spiritual holidays, spiritual tourism that, okay, where we are going to go. No, we go to Krishna's lotus feet. That is called Paramam Padam, lotus feet of the Lord. This is where we go by guidance of Guru, wherever he sends us. So Prabhu Datta Desh, the Guru will give us place where to preach, and that is Vaikuntha. Going around, roaming around, without service, Prabhupada say, searching for the Krishna in the bushes of Vrindavan. You won't find Krishna in Loi Bazaar, Prabhupada says. So let's just do devotion service. Lord will prakashante mahatmanaha. Lord will manifest his abode, his place. Nothing to worry. There is nothing to worry about it. Okay? Okay, so that's all for tonight. Thank you very much. Krishna willing, we'll meet tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Śrī Brahma-saṁhitā ki jai. Gaur Premanande.